Hey, we've got something very cool and unusual for us today. This is a genuine 1969 442 W-30 4-speed car. Numbers match motor, trans, colors, actually original paint and interior. Uh, this is a family member. It's a cousin on my wife's side. It's owned this car since 1975. I've known this car for about 40 years. It's what we call a day two restoration. The Cragars, the tires, certain modifications. He painted the chassis white. It's 41,000 actual miles on this car. Got some neat stuff to talk about. Old vintage pictures at the World of Wheels. Go to volocars.com. You'll find over 200 classic cars, all for sale. Each one will have the price tag and the monthly payment, including this one right here, along with all the pictures, videos, descriptions, financing. There's also a QR code that will be on your screen, along with a link in the description. Either one of those will bring you directly to this car. But for right now, join me. Let's go for a spin. Yep, so it is a 69 W-30 Sport Coupe that has the post. They made 171 of them total. How many were 4 speeds? How many still exist? Red and white, low miles. This is a very rare special car. Um, so a big portion of the car's original paint. The hood is straight, absolutely lines up beautifully. Front fender is absolutely fantastic, pristine. The pillars, the roof, all this, the door. I can't believe how nice the door is shut. The jambs are original weather strip. I mean, that is solid as can be. Years ago in the 70s, in the parking lot, a lady backed into him. This quarter panel has had some work done. The trunk panel is straight, all clean, all fits beautifully. This quarter panel is all clean, straight. Look at all the way down here, all nice. All beautiful, clean rockers. This door is the same way. It shuts like a brand new car. Original paint in the jams, original weather strip. Shuts like a new car. Doesn't get better than that. Pillars, all this is excellent. Front fenders are excellent. So it's its original color, crimson red, or it's garnet red if you're on a Camaro. And again, a good portion of it is original. White stripes are painted on. He has all four T3 original headlights. So it's the original grille. He did add some red to the front of the fins there. The bumper, I'll have to ask him if it's original. Looks to be in real nice shape. Could be original. So there's little rubber fillers on the corners. You might have noticed he's added a little extra pinstripe here and there. These moldings are original and they're shiny. The glass is original, helps indicate the low miles. All the way around, it's original. You have a little pinstriping. You do have the door edge guards. This here is in very nice shape. Only a few little like light surface scratches. A little more pinstripe. So there is some checking in the paint. It's not like something that jumps out at you. You'll be at car shows and showing your friends, and it's beautiful, but it is there. A little more pinstriping you can see. The rear bumper was changed. It's supposed to have the cutout for the 442. There was a story with that. I forget why he changed it. He found this bumper was better or something, and he swapped bumpers. He said he wished he didn't. A little more pinstripe. Then original glass. Now the wheels, they're 15-inch or 14. They're Cragar wheels, obviously, much fatter, bigger in the back, 14-inch. And he had to find these. This is what he had on the car. He had a hard time finding these. These are fairly new. The Parnelli Jones Firestone, and then up front he has the wide oval Firestone tires. So day two hot rod. This is what it would have, what you would have done back in the 70s to hop up your car and make it cool. Two ways of looking at it. It wouldn't take much to restore this and make it a pristine, clean, original, matching number W-30 car. I found these just recently, a few of them up in the $160,000 price range. So the potential's there for that. Or you have this day two hot rod that, yeah, you could duplicate that. You could take a car and make it into that, but this is the real thing. This has a real story to tell, not an imposter. So let's open it up. I got a lot more to show you. All right, prepare to have your mind blown. How's that for 1970s? Again, you got two ways of looking at it here. You have all this very vintage, button tufted velour, completely boxed, upholstered trunk compartment that is so vintage, comes with a car cover. The car was called the Scarlet Fever. Look at these old wooden cabinet doors with the hinges. This here, he would just lay out here. He kind of set it up with, a poker theme in mind, but it's all upholstered. Now, if you were going to restore this to original, you take all this out, and I peeked behind here with my flashlight. The original spatter paint is pristine. This has been preserving the spatter paint. This is the original weather strip. You can barely see it, but the little line that was the assembly line marker is there. That's where they put the pin or the weather strip in place. So it's original jambs. They're pristine. So you could strip all this out and have a mint original trunk compartment, or you've got the completely cool vintage red velour. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell icon. You'll be notified as new videos are posted. Those jambs are definitely original with original weather strips. It's an original interior, white interior, very desirable. Bottom of the doors there, you'll see the Craig speakers, also very vintage cool. Now the dash pad is mint. It does have the full rally gauges with the tick-tock tachometer. You probably can't see it, but it's 41,791 actual miles. You have a vintage Sun Super Tack, but all this is clean. You have the Craig 8-track player. We've got, you got the Stuart Warner gauge cluster, an old fire extinguisher that actually is still in the green. The 442 shifter, it says 442 right on the handle, Hurst shifter. This was in the glove box. These are stickers for the speakers in back. They're mind-blowing speakers, mind-blower speakers. Owner's manual. And then we'll put some of these pictures on the website. This is at one of the car shows he's at way back in the day. We got some old, we still had the stock tires on it, and a bunch of old vintage pictures here. I think it's pretty cool. That really helps make it kind of special. So the seat, original and excellent shape. Seat belts are original. They're all in place. And the back seat, again, original. You got the seat belts. It's just all clean, tidy, very, very well preserved interior. Kind of an off-white, like a parchment. The rear shelf is original, has the chrome speaker grills. The headliner is all nice and original. He removed the shoulder belts for some reason. Again, I'll ask him why. I'll get an answer. I did try calling him right before the video and didn't get a hold of him. The visors are mint. The mirror is mint. The steering wheel is not worn. It's the original wheel in excellent shape. Also has a Sun oil pressure gauge there. So yeah, it wouldn't take much at all to make this pristine, original, or again, embrace the vintage day 2 hot rod style. Now before we get into the engine, got to have the velour. I believe these inserts will go up in the up in here somewhere, or you have mirrors if you want to put them up in there. So these will go with the car if you want to display it like that. So yeah, there's been a lot of modifications done, but again, they're vintage modifications, but that is the original W-30 motor this was born with. The VIN number matches, as the D heads, the very desirable heads for a 69 W-30. That's a vintage Edelbrock Torker 455. The dual feed Holley carburetor, the vintage style air cleaner. I don't remember what they called those. Vintage Mickey Thompson valve covers. Set of headers. You have the Excel coil. He was real cool by putting some aluminum on the firewall and painting the heater box gold. And then, of course, putting the stainless hoses over everything. Here's a remote oil filter for the engine. Here's a fuel filter. Still has the rubber flaps here. He chromed the radiator cover, but put the rubber flaps back in. Manual steering, manual brakes, that would be typical in a W30. Chrome hood hinges. And it does have the tag on the cowl that's original. So there you have it. Oh, and spatter paint out of the spray can on the inner fenders there. And the hoses for the ductwork's missing, but it does have the holes in the fender wells still, and the scoops are under the bumper. All right, Michael's going to take you for a drive, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
This Sun Super Tack right there in your face. Very practical positioning right there. And it's a cool car with a really cool history. Lots of fun. I opened up the trunk for the first time yesterday, and I was just blown away by the retro styling. But so far, it got a very original feel to it in a very good way. Let's see what she's got. All right. She did not miss a beat. Absolutely fantastic performer. And, fun ride. Steering's not all loose and floating all over the place, and the suspension feels sound. It's got a good feel on the road. Really nice notes in the exhaust, and shifting easily through all the gears. Yeah, what a nice rumble. Well, mechanically she's functioning well. If you'd like to come take it for a test drive, you're always welcome here. And check out all the details at volocars.com.
My dad had a 1969 Chevelle purple with white lace painted on it. He also painted the chassis white. I guess that was a thing back then, because guess what? This has a white chassis. The frame and suspension were painted. The body's never been off the frame. He just went under there and painted it. But it has absolutely clean, rust-free floors, all smooth black floors. Steering and suspension would have been maintained as needed. We just did some extensive work to the brakes. E-brake is hooked up. The fuel tank is polished, so that must have been replaced recently, I'm guessing. It's a polished stainless fuel tank with red straps. But it has some really cool vintage ladder bars that are chrome plated. That's what you would have had back in the day. The exhaust, you got the two mufflers and then short little tailpipes. They stopped about in the middle here, so you get a real deep rumbly tone. Maybe that's why he changed the bumper. He doesn't have the exhaust going all the way out the back. It's got red box control arms in back. If you look up at the motor, it's clean. And yes, that Muncie 4-speed is VIN number matching original to this car. In back, it has a 12-bolt rear end, Oldsmobile rear end with a chrome cover and 373 gears in it. So there you have it. What do you think? Do you go original? Do you keep it, and again, embrace the day two muscle car? But either way, you got something really special here. Go to volocars.com. Salesman will answer your questions like how to get your genuine W-30 4-speed to your garage. Thanks for watching.